Good morning, students. Class 7. Last day, I told about the human. Today, I am going to discuss about the remaining part of the Delhi Mughal Empire, that is the Sher and the Shah dynasty. Sher Shah, son of Afghan Jagirdar, the childhood name of Sher Shah, the founder of the second Afghan dynasty or the Sur Empire, was called Farid. He was given the title Sher after he fought and killed a tiger by hand. He began his career with the administration of his father's Ikta at Sasaram in South Bihar. Later, Farid joined the service of Bihar Khan Lohani after Afghan governor of South Bihar, from he received the title of Sher Khan. He assumed the reins of government on the death of Queen as the independent ruler of South Bihar and styled himself as Hazrat-e-Ala. His first great achievement was the acquisition of the famous fort of Chunar as a consequence of his marriage with Malika. The conquest of Bengal and Bihar enhanced his power and his prestige. After the historic victory of Chausa, in which defeated Humayun, Sher Shah Suri was proclaimed emperor of northern India at the age of 68. In the Battle of Kannauj, 1540, he completely routed the Mughal forces. As a ruler, Sher Shah ruled the mightiest empire after Muhammad bin Tughlaq. At the Battle of Samil, Sher Shah defeated Marwar. During his last campaign against Kalinjar, he died due to freak accident. He was buried Sasaram in a tomb which he built for himself. Sher Shah was a good administrator, and he reforms such administration like civil administration. The government was centralized as it was under the Delhi Sultanate. The numerous forms that had been created by Sher Shah. The government was divided into several departments. Each departments were headed by a minister, but departments were under the strict control and supervision by Sher Shah, as a Sher Shah was a supremo. To prevent official from becoming too powerful in a particular region, they were transferred every 2 or 3 years. Provincial administration, he divided his empire into 47 provinces, or called sarkars. The provinces were headed by the Sikdaran. Each province was further divided into districts called parganas, headed by Sikdars, answerable to the Sikdaran. Each village of the district was placed under the Mukaddam, who was the revenue collection officer at the village level. The officials were also responsible for general law and order and answerable to the Sher Shah. Military administration, Sher Shah was maintained an enormous huge army. Their salaries of the soldiers, their salaries were fixed according to the skills and labor ability. The army was divided into units and each unit was under a commander. His cavalry and infantry were highly trained. Garrisons were set up in different parts of the empire. His most important work, that was, he continued Alauddin Khilji's practices of maintaining the descriptive roles of the soldiers, chehra, and the branding of horses, dag. Land revenue was another important system created by Sher Shah. All cultivated land was measured and classified as good, middling, and bad according to its fertility. Revenue was fixed at one fourth or one third in total produce, and it could be paid both cash or kind. Such officials were looked after. They were Patwari, Kungo, Mukaddam, and Sikdar. Officials were instructed to be strict during the time of assessment and lenient during the time of collection. The Jaigi system was discouraged and the system of patta or title, deed, and kabuliyat or agreement was introduced. Transport and communication was another important and excellent network during his reign to enable and the rapid movement of the troops and officials throughout the empire. He built Grand Triangle Road, was the longest and most important. It was connected from Sonargaon in Bangladesh to Peshawar in Pakistan. Trees were planted in both sides of the road to provide shades to weary travelers. He also constructed saris, that means that is houses or guest houses, and dug wells at the regular intervals for the every travelers. The saris were used to dak chowkis or post houses or post office. Two horsemen were stationed at each sari to carry royal mail to different parts of the country. Trade and commerce was absolutely excellent network system during this era. Sher Shah abolished all custom duties to boost trade except two places. The first duty was levied when the goods were first brought into the country, and second duty was levied at the point of sale. He introduced silver coin called the rupiah, which remained a standard coin for many centuries. The headman of the villages were entrusted with the responsibility of taking care of the travelers. Sher Shah was succeeded by his son Islam Shah, who ruled till 1553. Sher Shah was firm believer in justice. Everyone was treated equally, and his rule was cut short due to his early demise in 1545. His son Islam Shah ascended to the throne. The weaker rulers and fighting lead to the demise of the Sur dynasty, and Humayun returned and defeated Sikandar Shuri and occupied Delhi in 1555, and thus the Sur Empire fell. Okay, here is ended total Mughal empire. I have already marked exercise question answer in the book. You should note down in your copy, and copy will be checked before third term examination. Okay. Thank you. Go through the book and weigh properly and prepared himself for terminal examination. Thank you.